Okay, we're back. We're waiting a little bit longer between episodes now just because the dub people are all working from home. But here's episode 22. School festival start. We'll see how Deku manages to make this work. I love the style of this story arc. It's just very, very cool.
My dearest viewers.
That was a very long recap.
That's a compliment or an insult?
A compliment. After all, I'm the one who
Is this the true OTP of My Hero Academia right here?
You're a shoo-in because of all your fans from that Nancy Ray Hado.
This'll be fun, won't it? I agree.
She's so nice.
Bless your hearts. How precious you think either of you stand a chance. Not when I...
You can tell the people who localize this live in Texas because that's a southernism right there. Bless your heart.
I'm graced with
Is this a girl fight or what?
I like how the male students don't even really get it.
We'll be there super. This dance.
I actually want to see how the beauty pageant turns out too.
Natsume?
Nejire should win.
Clean yourself up before.
Get pretty close. I hope he's not doing anything too naughty.
Has her voice changed? It doesn't sound like her. We get to see what her quirk is.
Let them get away.
He remembered where.
But they're definitely still around.
Right.
As I elasticize, return to normal gradually.
Oh, Deku, use that brain, buddy. He watched him. He knew where he was stepping. I love these two.
And he's fast.
And he's fast.
I was able to
Yes,
use
he
my
is.
air bullets to knock him off his train.
Oh. Boom! Deku is using his own trick against him. Yeah, but he still can't make the show. It's not like he can leave them to go do the show.
in the past,
On this audacious festival
The
stage,
soul of a man.
but his passion is
With
getting him
the
hurt.
violin theme in the background.
Gentle.
Oh, okay. Little backstory here.
Get
Oh,
this. You know Aiba, that short. It's so creepy.
oh. She's just an awkward internet person.
I've got to show you. Gross.
Very first year of middle school, I worked up the courage to write
So
a love letter
tragic.
to a boy who ended up mocking me.
This is another thing I love about My Hero. It tackles a lot of like kind of serious, like and relevant social issues and stuff you wouldn't see in your average shonen or like your average anime period. Like stuff like social isolation and societal judgment and is the law really right? And I just love it. It's like kind of, I don't want to say it's deep, but it gets at issues that you wouldn't expect to see in your typical especially your typical I don't know what magazine this runs in, but I don't know if it's in Jump or whatever, but it's definitely not what you'd typically see.
That's when I first discovered you.
Wow, it changed her life.
You brought light back to my life.
Oh. And she got all
I
dressed
can't get
up
rid
to
of
go
these
meet
dark
him.
Circles. I hope he doesn't. I'm sorry, I hacked into
No,
your
he puts
account
on makeup to copy
to get
that.
your address.
Oh.
I'm a fan and I want to help you. You didn't make fun of my feelings.
Oh.
You accepted me wholly.
This is actually really touching.
We walked together,
What?
side by side, hand in hand.
I've been thinking of your code name. How does La Brava sound to you? You're the perfect partner, and your code name should reflect that.
Oh. Oh. These two can't get caught. Oh, okay. Here. I don't want the school festival to get canceled. But I also don't want these two to get caught. Like, how can both things happen? Something needs to happen so we can still have the festival and also these two will be awesome.
Gentle. I love you, Gentle.
And I you, my La Brava.
Love. By professing her love to the person she has feelings for, she can temporarily power up the object of her affection.
This doesn't sound like Present Mike either.
What's going on? She can give.
She has to actually love
Activated
someone
in
for her
times of
quirk to
crisis,
work.
She can
It's
increase
crazy.
someone's strength tenfold. Ah, love, such a powerful thing.
That sounded like Mike.
Apologies, lad.
Whoa!
I usually edit out scenes of such violence.
He actually looks badass here. What?
It would
Yes.
be best if you took a nap.
Uh-oh.
This isn't over. I haven't lost yet.
Whoa. Deku's kind of scary. We saw that at the end of last arc when he punched, like did that crazy punch, but he is actually terrifying, like All Might is.
Yeah! Prep work is all done and it's time to rock!
Actually, that's something I want to talk about now. So at the end of the last arc, when Overhaul was finally beaten, there was that shot after Deku did like those big, huge punches that knocked chunks of him out, where you could see Deku winding up and his face was all shadowed and scary. And I love that because it's a direct connection to the field exam arc where Bakugo and Midoriya fought All Might, and basically the feeling of going against All Might is so terrifying. Like, the threat and the pressure is almost stifling, and now we're starting to get that feeling from Midoriya sometimes, which I really like. How like there's this, there's a sequence of the evolution of Midoriya that the show has been very good to call out explicitly a lot, but also like show in small ways like that. Midoriya only has an hour until their performance is supposed to start. I think he's gonna miss it.
Possible. Lover mode always allowed us to escape.
Lover mode. I love it. It's not your fault, La Brava.
La Brava. Your feelings will see us through.
Yes! I want them to win. I don't want the festival to be
The thinner the
canceled, though.
sandwich, the more elegant it's to achieve the dreams of my youth. To make certain history.
Oh, he has more
remembers
backstory
me.
for us to get, huh?
This is no longer not so trivial I would abandon them. Only because you asked.
Oh.
You're a UA student, so you must take
Take the happiness away from a girl who doesn't even know how to smile yet!
Yeah, but Gentle doesn't know that.
if that
Wow,
my
okay.
dream
Oh?
is to become a pro, a hero.
Things aren't looking good for you.
Oh no. He was a bad student. He's only in the second year of high school when he's 18. Oh, this is kind of sad.
Not exactly difficult, yet your grades
His
are
name's
horrible
Togeda
and
as
you
well?
keep getting held back. On top of that, this
He's gonna fall!
I thought that with my quirk, I could make a cushion. I could save him.
Oh no. He stopped the hero from saving him. This is heart-wrenching. What? He was a criminal at 18 just because he was trying to help. Gosh.
Spring is lovely.
And this is why his goals make so much sense. He wants to show the flaws in the hero society, just like some of the other villains, except like less evil, because he has actually been hurt by the way things are done in Japan under this system. Wow.
What was your name again?
Oh,
That's when I knew.
it's a society who just throws
I'd
away
been
people,
forgotten.
and that's why they have a
Simply
villain problem
grew old
anyways.
and Die alone. Poor. We will prevail.
His perseverance is actually really awesome.
I won't mock you, but I can't let
Like, under any other circumstances, this guy would be a hero, not a villain. It's society's fault that he's doing this.
work.
Oh, the music
Power
is getting
is
intense.
increasing even more.
You.
Ah,
Tell me why.
the
is
art
it
is
you
so
want to
good
be
at
a
moments
hero?
like this. The heavy inking.
I have a goal that my body wasn't made for. And there was a point when I'd completely
I
given
had a
up on
goal
it.
my body wasn't made
Everyone
for.
who's cheered me on. For a bright future!
Oh, that's what Night Eye said. Hound Dog's gonna find her.
Closer.
It's dangerous to go alone.
It's dangerous to go alone. The Zelda reference.
Tell me. Do you still...
And the guy who writes this manga is, I think, a huge nerd, because there's all sorts of Star Wars references in this show as well, like in the place names. I think that's a good touch.
throw away my pride?
I never thought that this
Everything
buffoon,
to defeat
like
you.
this lovable
Consider
buffoon,
it
could be
a
so
sign of
cool,
respect,
you know?
lad.
Hound Dog. Oh, and Ecto. Ecto copies. How's this gonna shake up? He used the whole fist. St. Louis Smash. Midoriya sounds scary here too.
My toughest opponent,
What?
because you are someone I can understand.
Oh, mentally tough to fight him.
Gentle, there are heroes on the way.
Rary, and can only be used once per day.
Wow. I like how it gives us that qualification later.
Hands off of him. Let my Gentle go. Get off him now.
Oh,
Gentle
La
poured his whole
Brava.
heart into this scheme. He even
Because that is who you are.
They're such a great duo.
That would make you a boy. You should be proud. You protected everything you stood for. And won.
Oh. I kind of feel bad for him. Wow, what a way to end the fight. I never thought, I loved these two from the start as villains. I never thought I'd want them to win, though. But I did. Their backstory is really good. And you would think, oh, this is just some silly side plot. But actually, what this is doing is the show getting deeper into kind of some of the themes that they've talked about before about, kind of, if you look at it too closely, how rotten the hero society really is. So I wonder how Midoriya is going to deal with that as the show progresses and he actually, gets more exposure to how the system is. Because in order to be the best hero ever, he has to kind of help fix that as well, right? So we shall see.